Hey everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my pozole recipe. For this recipe, I'm just going to use one of the big cans of hominy. You can find it at any grocery store or at a Mexican store. And here I have the pork meat with no bone, and I just cut them into pieces like this. Not too big, not too small. And I'm going to be using some pork ribs. I only used one layer, I didn't use the whole rack. Both of the racks, and then some fresh pork neck bone. This has bone in it and it'll give it flavor. So it's just like the menudo. I already have my water boiling, and I'm just gonna finish cutting up this meat and add it to my water. Since the neck bone is already cut into pieces, they're kind of big, but I'm not gonna do anything to those. I'm just gonna add them whole like that. And this is how I ended up cutting my ribs. I usually do them longer, but I made them into squares this time, and as you can see, I only did one rack of ribs. Here my water came to a boil, and now I'm adding my meat, and then I'm gonna add my salt. And of course, I'm going to add half of a large onion. I'm going to be using the same chile pods as I did with my menudo. And here I used about 9 of the largest ones I could find and 4 small ones. I wanted my pozole to be a little bit on the spicier side, so I'm adding some chile de árbol tostado, and I'm gonna rehydrate these with the same broth I'm cooking the meat in. And here you can see I have 5 garlic cloves, big ones. Well, the little ones were small, so I put them together like if they were a big one, so I would say 5 to 6 large garlic cloves. And I'm gonna add 3 bay leaves to the meat. I was so excited to use my new blender that I forgot to record the blending part, but I already added the sauce in there after I blended all the chiles and the garlic. And here I'm just stirring it. It looks like it has a little bit of water. I took some water out because when I add the hominy, I'm going to add it with the water. As you can see, I'm showing you here, I only dumped a little bit of it out, and I'm going to put the whole can in there. Also, I forgot to mention, you know when to put the hominy in? When you check your meat. If the meat is almost tender and it's almost done, that's when you add the hominy in, and you let it boil for 30 minutes. While the pozole finished cooking, I'm gonna start chopping my vegetables. I just use cabbage, onion, and radish. I also sliced up some lemons, but I don't show that part on here, but that's all I use. Okay, my vegetables are all nicely chopped. I left some whole radishes in there because when Cesar eats, he likes to grab, the whole ones and just eat them like that. But yeah, guys, that's it. I have my lemons all partidos right here, and the pozole is done. I checked it one more time for, flavor to see if it had enough salt, and it did. So I just turned it off, and it's ready to serve. Here I'm preparing Cesar's plate. You just add the cabbage, the radish, the onion. Then he eats it with tapatio. I didn't show that part, but you can put some lemon on there. You can put cilantro, whatever you want. Some people eat it with avocado. We don't, but whatever you want to put, it's up to you. And oh, we can't forget the hint of lime Tostito chips. These are so good with pozole. I really recommend it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be eating pozole.
You guys probably saw the recipe before this. I have been asked a few times to do a pozole recipe, and I do it often, but I never record it. And today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record today. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really hard to record when Fats over there is like, parece un pedo, man. You know, he's my baby y todo, pero he follows me. Anyways, so I have my pozole right here. God, I wanted to zoom in. Or like, there we go. That's better, right? I just don't want you to see all the crap I have behind me, you know? Anyways, as you guys saw, I have cabbage, radish, onion, and then some limon. I'm gonna add some on there. Cesar is already eating, and I'm like, I need to make a video. Like, I haven't made one in a long time, and I'm like, I really wanted to make a pozole mukbang, and I think somebody even asked for pozole, and I haven't done one in a while, so my mouth is watering. Here we are. I forgot to get some Valentina. I really hope you guys can't hear the noise in the mic. Sometimes, like, I'm recording and I can hear Cesar yelling at the kids, and I'll tell them, I freaking heard you yelling. And he just gives me this look. Like, well, what do you want me to do? You know, you want me to take care of them. Anyway, so I mentioned, before I get into it, you know, in my menudo video, you know, I was very clear in the beginning that that's how I made my menudo, and that's how I you know, we make it. Pero there were still people saying, where's this? Where's that? You forgot this. No, I did not forget anything. That's how I make it, and that's how we eat it. Same with the pozole. If I miss some stuff, I didn't miss it. It's just, that's how I make it. And it's still as good. You know, you grow up cooking the way your mom does. That's how she makes it. That's how we make it. So, except she makes this salsa to go with it, but I don't know how to make that salsa yet. Let me take a bite, because voy a andar como mensa babeando. Who decides to wear a white sweater? Oh, pozole. Anyways, can't forget. So yeah, this is how I eat it. You know, you eat it however you want. You make it however you want. This is just how I make mine. This is how I enjoy it. This is how Cesar enjoys it. I never eat tostadas with crema, but if you follow me on my vlogs, I've seen people eat them like this, and I was like, I need to try it because they make it look so good. I tried it one time, you guys, and I was like, I will never go back to just plain old chips. Like, I have to have the tostadas with crema. Oh, I use this kind. I know some people use different kinds, but I tried it with this one, and I really liked it with this one, so I'm like, you're my new BFF. But what I like to do, this is rib with like that cartilage, so if you hear crunching, that's what it is. I like to put it on the tostada and take a bite. That went all the way back in my throat. I was gonna choke. I've choked on meat before. That didn't sound right. Oh my god, that is so good. That is so good. The tostada with the crema and the pozole. I don't know why I never tried it earlier, but it's so good. Anyways, today's what, Tuesday? 28th. And you know, I made the pozole, I took a shower. I told her I'm gonna go take a shower because once I eat, I'm gonna be sleepy. Like, once I eat, I'll be ready for bed, even though I'm not gonna go to bed. It's still early. It's like 6. No, it's like not even 5. Damn, and it feels like it's late. Oh, so I made it spicier by adding chile de árbol. The ones I buy, I don't think it has the English name on it, but it just says chile de árbol tostado, like the toasted one. For some reason, that one's spicier than just regular chile de árbol. I don't know what they do to it, but I told Sis that I wanted it with a little kick, so I added. You don't have to add those if you don't want it spicy. I added them because I wanted it to be a little bit spicy. And you know what's funny? We made pozole. I made pozole for Christmas Eve. But you know what sucks about having bariatric surgery? Like, one of the things that sucks is, you know, you get full fast. So it's not like when you go to a party and you see all this food, you look at it and you get excited, but then you're like, I'll probably try one thing. Like, you either have to try little bites of everything, but it sucks because you can't really go all out because you get full fast. Somebody keeps calling me, man. So our maple soda came out really good. But my sister made tamales, and I love tamales. So I went for the tamales first, and I had one tamal, and I was done. Then one of my nephew's fiance, she made all these like cookies and fudge and peppermint bark, like stuff that I've never tried. I've tried fudge, but like peppermint bark, and I'm like, I'm so very much into sweets, and I was like, Mama going to town with the cookies, you know, and all the postres. And so I was like full. I didn't get to eat, you know, my plate of pozole because I was, you know, I cooked the pozole, but I wanted to eat everybody else's food. Like, I want to try this, I want to try that, you know. So like, I think I served myself a plate with like 2 pieces of meat and like a chip, and that was it. Like, I didn't actually serve myself like a full-on plate of pozole. So then I was like, oh, you know what? When we were leaving, my sister's like, hey, take some pozole. You know, because I put it in a big pan. I wasn't going to bring the whole big ass pan with me, plus, or pot. It was my sister's, and I wasn't going to, you know, we don't eat that much. So I'm like, okay. So I took, you know, I brought some home. But we had a little accident in the car. It got like, they put it in the back, and when my dad closed the door in the back, he kind of squished it, so it opened and it spilled everywhere, but we didn't notice because it was so dark and they were drunk. My dad and Cesar were drunk. They didn't even notice. So Guarito. So the next day in the morning, you know, after the kids opened the presents, I told her, go get the pozole so we can, you know, have pozole, you know. He's like, when he comes back, he's like, hey, damn, pozole is all over the freaking back of the car. It's all gone. And I'm like, what? What are we gonna eat now? But I had frozen tamales in my freezer. I'm like, oh, you know what? I got tamales. Oh, I'm trying to escape there. We got tamales. Uncooked tamales. You know, we make them. We only cook a part and then freeze the rest. Because when you put them, when you steam them frozen. I swear they taste like you just made them. So I made some. It took like an hour and a half for him to cook outside, and that's what we ended up eating. Anywho, I had no intentions of making pozole anytime soon. But my fat ass, I was laying down yesterday. I took a nap. I've been taking a lot of naps lately. Especially because Cesar's not working. So I'm like, I'm going to go to my room. And he already knows I'm going to go to sleep. As he comes, he grabs Santiago, takes him. closes my door, and I hear him say, "Don't bother your mom. She's gonna take a nap." And I'm like, that's a good man. Anyways, I need to nap as much as I can. And he knows that, you know, I'm always tired. At night, I have insomnia. I freaking wake up and I'll be up for hours, like, thinking about some dumb shit, feeling guilty. Oh, I'm such a bad mom. You know, oh my God, I was in a bad mood today. What kind of a mom am I? You know, my kids are gonna grow up and remember me mad, like, you know, like all this shit. I'm not mad all the time, but I have my days where I'm in a bad mood. I think we all do. And then the mom guilt kicks in at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm like, couldn't you have kicked in earlier? Like, why right now? So anyways, so I'm tired. I'm really tired, you know, and I'm growing a human. I'm growing a little human, so I'm tired. Your heart pumps twice as much blood to keep up with like the growing baby, is, you know, is what I've seen. So I'm tired, you know, I'm tired. Anyways, I don't need to give no excuse for taking a nap. Even if I wasn't pregnant, I'd take naps, so what? But anyways, oh, and I leave the TV on. You know, I'll put on YouTube videos, I'll leave the TV on. And I woke up, I kind of woke up and I heard somebody talking about pozole recipe, and I'm like, and I can hear the girl talking. Oh, and this is how I make my pozole. And I'm like, pozole started marinating in my brain. I would fall asleep and I woke up and it was already in there. And I'm like, pozole. I'm not even lying. After my nap, I took like a 1 hour and a half hour nap. 1.5 hour nap. Or 2 hours. I don't even know. And I go to the salon and I'm like, I come out my hair all messed up, looking all ugly and shit. And like I said, and I'm like, mañana voy a hacer pozole. And he looks at me and he goes, I'm like, what? And I'm like, mañana voy a hacer pozole. I'm like, so yeah, bueno. You know, it sounds good. And he's like, you know, you just made some. And I'm like, yeah. Pero se me antoja. I'm like, I'm craving it. And I'm like, we didn't even get to enjoy it because he had a whole plate full of tamales. I mean, he had a plate of pozole, but, you know, we love to eat pozole the next day. I'm like, you know, the pozole was ruined because it spilled. And I'm like, it's snowing. And it is snowing. There's snow. I've never seen it snow this long. You know, it might be a day where we get a snow, like snowstorm, whatever. That's it. It's been snowing since Christmas Eve. Like, anyways, and I'm like, it's cold. I'm like, it sounds good, doesn't it? And then I was thinking about my tostadas with crema. And then he's like, yeah. He's like, actually, it does sound good. I'm like, Mama June making pozole tomorrow. And here we are. Here we are. And it's really good. I know a lot of you try the tostadas with crema with pozole. And the person that I watched that I was like, really pushed me to like, alright, you need to try it, is Vero from Vero Vlogs. Vero, if you're watching me, hey. I seen her once in one of her videos eating it, and I remember thinking, never did I ever think that looks good. But when I watched her that day, I don't know what it was, I was like, damn, like that actually looks good. And that's when I'm like, I need to try it. I need to try it. And I tried it, and I'm like, I'm never going back. I will forever eat pozole. Watch me after I have the baby. Just kidding. No, but it's good. And my brother, like, I put it on Snapchat and he goes, what? Because we're not used to that. We're just eating with just chips, you know. And then he's like, tostada with crema with pozole? And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, you need to try it. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. He's like, I'm going to try that next time. And I'm like, telling you, once you go crema, you can never go back. Just kidding. But yeah, it's really good. Oh. This crema just tastes so damn good. You know what? I'm just kidding. Just so you know, I'm the only one that eats out of here. The only one. I love tea crema with all my shit. Anyways, so Cesar, he bought me a new air fryer for Christmas. You know, because he heard me, you know, like my air fryer got caught on fire one day. And I told him it's so small, like shit flies to the top and it gets stuck. And then, you know, so he bought me this air fryer. And I'm like, I really want a bigger air fryer. He went and got me the mother of all air fryers. Well, I don't know if it's the biggest one, but it's huge. It has like 3, you could put 3 things like layered, como se dice, like an oven. It has parrillas. I've already used it twice. I used it today to make breakfast. And then he bought me a Ninja blender. You can do smoothies on there. You know, all kinds of shit. You can even do like cookie dough. It has the dough little thing. So anyways, I'm like, I'm gonna use my new blender today. You know, oh, dang. If you've had bariatric surgery, tell me if you know you're full when you get the hiccups. Tell me if that's your sign that you're done. Because that's my sign. My stomach's saying, ya párale, gordis. But yes, I wanted to try my blender. And I did. I still don't understand how to use it because I'm like a Mexican dad. We don't look at instructions, okay? I threw the damn instructions away. And I'm the kind of person I'm like, you know what? F the book. I'll just go to YouTube. You know, and I look up how to use something on YouTube because I'm a hands-on person. Like, show me with your hands. Like, show me how to do it. I could be reading a whole ass book and not be able to tell you what I just read. Like, that's how I am. So anyways, I need to go on YouTube and see how to use it because, you know, with a normal blender, you push like 1, 2, 3, you know, and you let it blend. Well, this one, I had to hold onto it, and when I let go, it stopped. You know, the pulse one. But I'm like, how do you make it work without stopping? Like, and then I pushed the middle button, and it would go on its own. And I'm like, why are you pausing? And I was looking at Cesar, and he's looking at me like, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I just ended up holding the button the whole time. But I know there's got to be a way. You know, it's my first time using it, so I'm like, I need to find a way, you know, to get it to work, or so that I know how to use it properly. But for now, I don't know, guys. I need to look it up. But anyways, guys, that's what I got for Christmas. Oh, and then my sister gave me this like jewelry box where I'm sitting you guys on. She gave me this, and then she gave me a thing of lipsticks, like liquid lipsticks. And oh, I got a blanket and a mug. It's like a spag. But yeah, guys, that's what I got for Christmas. What did you get for Christmas? I'm gonna end the vlog. I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to wish you a happy new year, and I will see you guys most likely next year, because I don't know if I'll be doing mukbang anytime soon. But yeah, take care, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.